We will be, I think we're gonna head to our merchandise table. You can buy some stuff.
Yeah, we'll close out the rest of the con
Get photos.
at the Kobo merch place, vendor area, where that is.
Our first question, please.
Okay, so like my friend has been begging me all weekend. I cannot get to your autograph line. I didn't know where you guys were, but she usually comes to see you guys. She said you might remember her. She was the one. She had short red hair, and her T-shirt that she wore in the family photo was "My Sexuality is Robots." Yeah, and she wanted me to video record you guys saying hi to her, so she couldn't make it. Okay.
Well, definitely, we'd be more than happy to do that at the merch table later.
Okay.
Yeah, so just follow us over there. We'll be over there.
And then feel free to forward your signatures if that'll help too.
Another question? Sam?
Yes, please.
So will we able to get physical copies of Steamroll Heist? Or is it...
Oh, yeah, the album will be released on CD. It'll be a cheap album. It'll be $10 because it's just opens and closes. There's no booklet or anything, so it'll be $10. You can also get it digitally and stuff on Bandcamp, all that place too for $9.99 or whatever it is. So yes, there will be physical copies. And Sam Luke did the entire art of it, and it's very beautiful.
Is that going to be the same manufacturer as Vice Squadron?
Yeah.
Are we going to have anywhere that we can sign on it? Because it's
I don't
that
know, you
super
designed
gloss,
it.
right? I didn't. Yeah, but I mean, there's no booklet. Or
There isn't anywhere.
If it's super glossy.
No. The inside's not the same.
Isn't?
We'll sign the CDs. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we finally sign them. But it might be too glossy to sign.
It looks really nice though.
It's a nice looking CD.
Vice Project looks amazing. Like it's really sturdy. It's really great.
I guess we're using more artwork now, but I like whoever we're using now to print these albums out.
Oh yeah, it's
Really
cheaper and higher.
Are we gonna do our other albums there now too?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to redo some of the.
So keep buying album ones and stuff. And
I think we're out of 2 Cent Showy. We're gonna have to put in another order.
The staple book is great.
Yeah, no, that we like
It's the
that
best. So I
because
hope
now it
it's
doesn't
close.
go away, right? I don't know. We can't. We'd have to redesign the old ones. We'll probably just have to make those the same. But
Yeah, I would love to update all the art and stuff on the old ones.
no, not that. But just that we can attach them.
I know it's gonna be painful. Just to be like,
Go ahead. Do it.
There's no way to do it. There's nowhere to put it in the.
Yes.
covered in
I could do all the art.
I don't think you can.
We should keep it the same. So it's
For nostalgia
for
purposes,
nostalgia.
right? You want something that's original.
Yes.
Otherwise, everything.
Maybe in 20 years, when we re-release it, remaster it.
We'll just have a team of artists to do it for us, and we'll be in bed
That's not a bad idea if we got like a bunch of fan art instead.
watching Nerdflix or whatever it's going to be in the future. Because Netflix is going down quick. Nerdflix.
Which is what the human language devolves into.
Do you have a question? Or you with the... No? Okay. You had your hand up for a second. Let's go front. Red. It's me picking.
Oh, okay.
Please.
So when are you guys gonna update your webcomics?
Yeah.
So, Vice Quadrant and SteamWorld Heist took a lot of our time, and I was working on my children's book, and I'm working on a card game, and I'm working on another book, and I'm working on another book, so...
That wasn't the question. How many excuses can you give?
We're never getting back to it. No, I mean, the stuff is done. We just gotta clean it up and put it out there. We have a whole big, like, 20-page segment or something. Yeah, I want to focus on it, and that's gonna be my next priority. I just wanted to get, all my obligations to Vice Quadrant out, and I still have one more thing I have to do, which is a Star Wars type poster for the holidays. And yeah, Sam and David are really excited to get back into it and start storyboarding the next.
Well, technically, we have the next few sections. It's already done.
It is done, yeah.
There's a little bit leading into the next part that we need to finish up.
But basically, yeah, we've still been working on it. It's just
Yeah.
we haven't.
So maybe early next year.
Honestly, we haven't had time to really talk about it togetver. We haven't had time to really get together and talk about
Out
it.
the last few
I have a feeling that if we just because November's going to be a pretty empty month for us. When we get together, we'll probably it'll spark that, because that's usually what happens for us is we just get together, we talk about something, we're like, okay, and then we kind of charges us.
Yeah, and it's
to
been
work
about
on
like
something.
almost 2 years since the last time we
No, not 2
discussed
years.
plot.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah, when we got together and
It's been good. I mean, the updates to it.
I want to finish the dang thing because it's going to be great to have that comic.
The next couple pages are a flashback to the Weekend War, which is, in our
Right.
history is the steampunk era of Steam Power Giraffe, which is pretty cool, and Sam did all the art for that. So you're kind of noticing it's taken on a more Sam Luke style right now, because
It's a flashback into a different Sam Luke era time.
I like that art styles they just kind of like go up and down. They're starting to blend together in the comic.
Yeah,
which I
no,
think
they
is
definitely
great.
are. Definitely.
Like sometimes it's more heavily you, sometimes it's more heavily me, sometimes it's very much Gabby, but it's cool. And I've seen a lot of comic books that do that, so it's great that we can make use of all of us, and it kind of just becomes a big hodgepodge.
I mean, all I do is like, yeah, that'd be a cool idea.
Yeah, you came up with some of the best bits of the comic, like
But yeah, I don't
the
bother.
roller coaster,
Yep, I'll go down in history for that one.
which is arguably the best bit in the comic.
I mean, the comics, it's pretty short at this point, but
Hey,
we have it all planned out pretty much.
so yeah, the answer being never. We'll just never get around to it.
So in short, no.
Please, what is your question?
So going back to the whole being your own bot thing, since that's why we're here. Say you're a robot and you've been doing this for a while and you want to make some changes. How do you know what changes to make? Which ones are appropriate? What would go well?
Well, as far as our group goes, it's definitely a group mentality for some parts of the act. Like some things we're a little more comfortable with. Like if someone wants to try a new hat out, we're like, okay, well, we have a lot of posters with other hats, stuff like that. Like we know we need to keep our image the same, but we're usually like, it's not gonna. People aren't gonna grab pitchforks if we change something. Like,
We have to, between us and the group, I think we just naturally think about the group, so we're always kind of concerned a little bit, and we kind of know what we can and can't do, but sometimes, it might do something that is just a little too out there.
so far, nothing like that has ever
Yeah.
happened. I mean,
We just
like,
communicate
okay,
a lot.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, if it's ever monumental, then it'll be more of a discussion. But the smaller it is, it's kind of more. I mean, we trust each other enough to know, like, well, changing the makeup or whatever, that's not a big deal. Even changing costumes not that big a deal. But when it comes to bigger stuff, I mean, we sit down and when we change a set, we all have to kind of like, okay, this set works. We all have to look it over and make sure that we each get a break in between songs, so it's not going to be a bunch of one person's songs. That's just another example of a change that we have to consider. So the more it affects us, the more we get together and talk about it, or affects the group, I should say.
We always talk about it, but more so it's like, are we really gonna? No one's gonna put up a fight with like, Bunny changing makeup or something, or
Which happens like every other day. I don't know,
it's more just like, oh, if we're all in the know, then it's like, okay, cool, I'll do this, I'm gonna do that, and then like I think when we were in Texas, we were performing 2 shows back to back, and we're like, well, we might as well do something fun. I think Sam was gonna try out a new hat, and then we're like, well, I guess I'll put a hat on, and a different hat on. And,
I guess I'll wear David's hat.
so we did stuff like that.
It's weird because people thought it was like a permanent change or something. But
People can be idiots sometimes.
I mean, I guess anyone can think what they wanted, because we were just,
I don't
but
know.
it was just for fun.
I do my makeup considering the history of the character, so when there's a change and then it reverts to something else or something's happened, so like in my mind, when I make changes, there's actually a story that's going along with it in my head, chronologically, but there's no proof of that. It's all up in here. So I'm hoping I can fix that, and actually explain why Rabbit looks different. So I don't know, but
Basically, we like to keep everyone able to do their creative stuff in the group without having to hinder anyone too much. So like where I like consistency all the time, forever, like that I get to do that. Where
I just get bored. Honestly,
and they get to have fun how they want to have fun.
Does
Does that answer your question?
Do you have a concern that you'd like to put into the box? Like, hey, don't ever shave the mustache. Or
Shave the mustache.
keep it?
Grow a mustache?
Shave it?
No.
Shave it off?
No, leave it.
Tomorrow?
Should I grow a Duck Dynasty beard?
Okay, I'm gonna go in the way back there. This gentleman in the back. Farther back than you.
Oh.
Yes. We'll come to you though, but let's do, yes, behind pink hair.
When you're kind of ripping on each other on stage, is that like scripted, or are you just sort of poking fun at each other? And have you ever actually accidentally gone too far?
Well, some of it is definitely reprov, where it's like,
Yeah.
it used to be an improv and we just liked it so much we kept it as a bit. And I think actually last night, no, that was all improv. Like Bunny and I think when we were on stage just back and forth, I don't think we definitely didn't rehearse that.
No, I mean, that's kind of reprov. We have a bit where we're like, let's start our own band. So we just, basically, it's a moment where we forcefully try to make the other one laugh by saying something
It
ridiculous.
doesn't take much anymore.
It's because, you know, we come up to the point and it's like, all right, here it is. And, you know, I have to listen to what crazy, stupid, asinine, self-centered band name he has and try not to smile. But
I mean, that's kind of an easy joke is to insult another character, but it's pretty fun. And because we're robots, it's almost like we always have an excuse. Like the robots don't actually mean like that we hate each other. It's just like
they're like children, right?
well, cartoon characters. When you see cartoons,
It's like they're twins.
you don't get angry at cartoon characters for bashing on each other. It's only in real life when people do that. It's like you can't. It doesn't translate into real life.
I find myself trying to find a balance between their insult humor. I try to find the balance between, hey, I love you, or let's be friends, or let's construct something.
Yeah, we try not to.
So I don't think they're going too far. Like,
Well, yeah,
you know,
I don't think
there's
we don't
no
take it
going.
personally or anything. We don't actually think we're our characters. I mean, we are a little bit, but we're not like, oh, you dissed the spine. I'm gonna get you next show. Like, I don't care.
It's just easy. It's easy to go to and kind of like, and it's like a guaranteed laugh.
It was kind of funny, like before Rabbit changed genders, there were just the bits that we had. It was very hard on Rabbit. Like Rabbit was getting all the butts of the jokes, which is funny because it's like I like having that kind of humor. But when I changed genders, it felt more hurtful. Not for me, but it just felt kind of weird. Like
Representatively, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should.
I remember that we did AH, and we were like debating whether we should keep the slapping bit in.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then like, well, if we do it, then and we're like okay with it, then everyone will be like, oh, that's fine.
Right.
So I think we did a few shows where we just kept it in.
Because we were also like, well, I don't want to, just give in to making the, oh, I have to stand up and be a powerful woman. It's like, well, no, it's like I'm just playing with the guys. Like, it's
But they're not. We did the opposite. We did the opposite too, where instead of me stabbing you with a broken bottle, we just had you stab me with a broken bottle.
And it's okay to just lynch Hatchworth. That's nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's no gender involved there, so I mean, obviously it's true. I mean, yeah, we string up a man on stage.
We usually beat him with a stick. It's okay.
Oh, how do people laugh?
But that was intentionally dark. Those were intentionally dark.
I really love that bit, like, especially the...
Running low?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess maybe we can take one question.
2 minutes past.
Okay.
Oh, 2 minutes back. Okay, green shirt.
I've got more of a lore-related question. It sort of involves Steve, because he looks really sleepy and sad over there. I saw a video
Sleepy perhaps, sad never.
I saw a video a few months ago in which Miss Bunny said something along the lines of there is a location in Kazooland where dragons can become people.
What?
Steve?
Actually, I believe... Oh, wait, did I...
No, it was where people can become dragons. Is there another location where a dragon can become a person? We're in sound engineering. Steve?
It's called UCSD, College of California. Taught me everything I know. I don't know anything about the lore, I'm gonna admit.
I'm the only one that knows. I'm the only one. These guys just like, can there be a marshmallow person? Sure, why not? I guess.
Well, I guess we've gone over our time.
We've overstayed our welcome.
They're pounding on the door to make sure. But anyways, that's the end of the panel. Thank you all for coming.